各位家長、同學午安，好歡迎大家咧今日嚟到呢一度參加由教育及青年發展局主辦嘅各地升學資訊及公開試講解會 Ielts 專場。我係教青局嘅同事，我叫 Karen。咁為咗咧讓我哋嘅學生了解多啲澳門以外地區嘅升學資訊，我哋咧已經係第13年舉辦呢個活動㗎啦。咁我哋今年咧同樣準備咗咧有好多唔同主題嘅講解會，都希望咧可以喺大家嘅升學路上提供多一啲嘅資訊嘅。咁我哋咧今日講解會將會分成2個部分。咁首先咧就會係由我哋嘅嘉賓啦介紹下 Ielts 考試啦。咁之後咧會有一個係答問嘅環節。咁歡迎大家咧都可以提問㗎。咁我哋今日好高興啦，邀請到我哋嘅嘉賓係嚟自澳門理工大學貝爾英語中心嘅代表 Mr. Michael Dudov 嚟擔任我哋嘅主講嘉賓㗎。咁我哋事不宜遲，而家就將時間交俾 Michael 啦。Now let's have Mr. Michael introduce Ielts to us. Welcome, Michael. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. So, as you know now, my name is Michael. And if you want to ask me any questions throughout the presentation, just stop me and ask. Yeah? You can just call me Michael. That's perfectly okay. Right. So today I'll tell you pretty much everything you always wanted or didn't want to know about Ielts. And I'll try to answer any questions you might have. Right. Throughout my presentation, I will have some QR codes. Does anybody here not have a smartphone? Raise your hand now, please. Okay. Right. I'm happy I said it like that. It's kind of new, and it gives me a chance to get some feedback from all of you. So bear with me while I experiment a little bit with this. So my first question, actually, right off the bat, is going to be something for you. You'll need your phones for some of this. It's okay. So, yeah, you cannot see the results. I can see your results. It actually does work for some of you. So, what am I getting here? The reading a little bit, the writing, 27%, 26%. Oh, why can I not see the results? Basically, 41%, well, 39%, 41% said the speaking worries you the most on that question. Fair enough. I'll spend some extra time on the speaking with you. As you can see here, these are the bands we have with Ielts. Goes from 1 to 9. I've never seen a 1. I've never seen a 0. Oh, I might have seen a 0. I have seen a few 9s. Few 8s. Then the most common scores tend to be around 5, 6-ish. So what's new with Ielts? Back in the day, a few years ago, Ielts was offered only in one format, on paper. We call that IOP now, Ielts on paper. Times have changed a bit. Now we also have IOC, Ielts on computer. So here's the difference. Basically on IOP, your results will come in quite a bit later. It'll take 13 days after the test to get the results. On IOC, you get your results much quicker, 3 to 5 working days. The answers on IOP are still on paper, and you transfer them. So you can write on the booklet, and then you can transfer them to an answer sheet. On the computer, you're writing directly on the computer. You can still highlight and underline, of course, for reading, for example. You have a piece of paper. On the computer, you can still do that. You basically highlight things, you can highlight the text. Really depends on how you like to work. The biggest difference that is not here is actually the speaking. For IOC, you're essentially going to do a face-to-face, but it's going to be a face-to-face speaking through a computer. So the examiner is somewhere else, sitting in front of their computer. On the IOP, you may still have a choice. You may be doing it on a computer, or you may be doing it face-to-face with a real examiner right there and then. Now, for me, and this might be a generational thing, I kind of prefer talking to a person right there. But I'm not quite sure about you guys. Any preference? Right. How many of you would prefer VCS? We call it VCS, basically video call speaking. How many of you would prefer doing it through the computer, the speaking? Oh, okay. How many of you would prefer doing it face-to-face with an examiner? Really? Okay, I'm a bit surprised. I asked one of my colleagues and she said, oh, my daughter, no way, she doesn't want to talk to, she doesn't want to talk to someone like you. She'd rather do it on the computer. Okay, great. Good to hear that. So that was that. Any questions so far? No. That was the easy part. How many sections? How many parts to the test? Okay, great. 4, right? Okay. This is, right. And it takes, very funny, 30 minutes. This will be the reading, and you don't need to read the text. And it takes 60 minutes. This is the writing, and it takes 60 minutes. And then finally, the speaking takes maybe 30 minutes. Maybe 30 minutes. 20 minutes. Don't ask me. Okay. 10 minutes. Oh, it's getting shorter. The further I go, it gets shorter. Okay. It takes 11 to 14 minutes. If you're out of the exam room in 5 minutes, something went wrong. If you're still there in 20 minutes or 30 minutes, something went wrong. And it has to be quite standardized, otherwise it wouldn't be fair, right? If you're comparing candidates. So let's talk real quick about the listening. How many questions? Oh no. Okay, I'll start here. Give me a number. 10. 50. 30. 10. 29. Okay, right. Okay, well, somewhere in between. 40 questions, 4 sections, 40 questions for the listening. You'll see +2 and +10 minutes. On the computer-based test, you'll have 2 minutes after the listening to check your answers. On the paper-based test, you'll have 10 minutes after the test to transfer your answers and check your answers. It's an interesting one. If you're going to take the test, something for you to think about. Would you rather have the extra 10 minutes at the end to check your answers? You also need to transfer them, but it also gives you a bit more time maybe to think about your answers. On the computer, you really need to do it as you listen. Yeah? All right. Let's talk about the 4 sections real quick. Section 1. The format. Section 1 is, I couldn't resist. I took screenshots from movies, and you can clearly see my generation. Yeah. How many people will be talking in section 1? I made it easy, guys. 2. It's a dialogue, a conversation, an everyday dialogue. This is kind of warming you up. Section 2. Which movie did this come from? Okay, that was the easy part. Which play did this come from? Play, you know. I'll give you a hint. Shakespeare. Huh? Romeo and Juliet. No. Good guess. Hamlet. You know, when he's doing the soliloquy, to be or not to be. Right. Section 2 is a monologue. Section 3, it's a kind of a group conversation. And section 4, learning. Section 4 is a lecture. Right. So what kind of question types are you going to get? You may be asked to pick options from a list, multiple choice, filling in a form, such as what kind of form? It's a bit unfair if I keep asking the folks in the front. I'll come scare the ones in the back a bit. Oh, sorry about that. When do I fill out a form? What kind of forms do you fill out? You know, form. Give me a number. 50. Oh, good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Lucky winner. So, give me an example of a form. What kind of form would you fill out? When would you fill out a form? Okay, an application, right? When you want a credit card, a library, you lost something, right? A report, something where you have to put in your name, your phone number, things like that. Typical. You should expect something like that, yeah? Labeling a map or a diagram, my favorite. I quite like those. They sometimes have, you know, a little lake or some trees or something, and where is north, and, you know, where is west, and that kind of stuff. Completing a table, completing, what are these? This here. Yeah, but what do you call this? Well, no, there's no word here. No. Oh, I heard it. Okay, a blank. Don't get angry. Yeah, completing blanks, right, in a sentence, and completing a table, right? You might have to write short answers, up to 3 words, no more than 3 words, multiple choice questions. You know those from your school. Matching different options, things like that. Don't scan the QR code. I see you reaching for the phones already. But I need to log in, and for that I need to find my password first. I keep forgetting my passwords, sorry. It's okay, we can do it without that. So here are some things you need to be aware of. The recording is played only once, yeah? No second chance. No, sorry, can I hear it again? I missed that. Read the questions before you listen. And yes, I do see candidates sometimes sitting there going, oh, whatever. Read it. Identify keywords. Read the instructions. I've definitely seen people do that. It says, write no more than 1 word or a number, and they write 2 words. And I'm thinking, guess what? You're getting no points, even if one of the words is correct. Yeah? And predict likely answers. So, what's the missing word? Give me a number. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I see everybody going, not me, please, not me. 21, lucky winner. 22, what's the missing word? Oh, she'll answer. Okay. Why me? Why me is not the missing word. Would anybody care to guess? Any good guesses? Oh, all right. I'll give you an incentive. The first person to tell me the correct word, the correct missing word, gets a souvenir. How about that?
Juice.
Okay. Really? Oh, wait. And wait. No. My PowerPoint is messed up. Oh, not good. You got the answer first. Okay. You got that one, but you got that answer. Orange juice. Okay. The other thing is predicting keywords. You see it already here. So let me go away again. The A gives you a bunch of hints, right? It tells you the next word is not going to start with. Right. It's not going to be a vowel sound. It cannot be A, E, I, O, U, right? It's going to be a consonant. It also tells you it's going to be not single, singular. Oh, you did? Okay, peace. Don't get angry. Yes, it's going to be singular, right? And if you're quick, and if you did your practice, then you will get that, and it will help you. Common sense, too. The answer is obviously not going to be, buy her a rabbit, or I don't know, something like that. Actually, I don't really know. But okay, sounds like a sensible idea. And here's how your answers more or less are going to be scored. So you can see, if you want to band 9, you're going to have to get pretty close to 40. If you miss 1 or 2, you're already slipping down a little bit, right? And that's important. That's why you need to really fight for every point. And that's why I showed you what I just showed you. Do your homework. Sometimes you can get points for free. You don't even need the listening. You can make a good guess and you can get the point, yeah? And 1 or 2 points might be the difference between the score you want and the score, you got. So my number 1 tip, really, for the listening is this. Dog, very good, thank you. You win the prize. What? Mango? Animal? Well, yeah, dog is an animal. Okay. What? Puppy? Okie doke. Guys, stay focused. It's just a random image. I thought, people like puppies. Why not? I'll put a puppy there. But really, I do these tests myself. I do practice tests myself. And every time I don't get a band 9, it's because I was looking out the window or thinking, I don't want to do this. Or, thinking about breakfast or something like that. But that's all it takes. Tick, tick, oops, what did they say? Okay, band 8. What? Why band 8? Oops, I missed another one, band 7.5. So you really, for the listening, those 20 minutes, it takes about 20 minutes plus 10, 25 minutes. You really need to be focused. That's key. Which brings me to the reading. The reading's a tough one because times have changed a bit, haven't they? I'm not sure people read quite as much as we did before we had tablets, smartphones, Netflix, those kinds of things. 60 minutes, 3 passages, and 40 questions. The texts come from a variety of sources. They're not hugely academic. You don't have to worry about that. And the question types. Again, short answers. So up to 3 words. Multiple choice, matching statements, identifying paragraph contents, selecting paragraph headings, deciding if a statement is true, false, or not given. True, false, not given. I'll just do one example of a question that people do struggle with. The paragraph headings are tricky as well, but the true, false, not given too. They're easy to get wrong. True questions agree with the writer. False questions disagree with the writer. And the not given questions, as you might have expected, are not there, not given. But you might think they're there. They'll put something in there that looks like, oh yeah, I saw that. Oh yeah, right, go for it. Don't do it. Okay, so I've got 3 statements here for you, and you tell me true, false, not given. I'll give you 30 seconds, have a think. And then I'll ask some people in the back. Keep it fair. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lucky winner. Well, any question? Yes, there's the question. Number 1, just give me number 1. True, false, or not given? 33% chance. Okay, he said true for number 1. Give me another number. 22. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 22. Very good. Number 2. He said true for number 1. Still 33% chance. Welcome to statistics. You want to pass? Great, we'll take your friend, no problem. Help her. No, not me. Okay, how about you? Nope, nope. Oh, number 2. False. Okay, so number 1, true. Number 2, false. That means number 3 should be not given. Okay. Would you bet money on that? No, we're not allowed to. Okay, you're high school students. Okay, no money. Right. Sorry about that. Back again. Let's take a look. Oh, no. Number 1 is not given. We should have done the money bet. Why not given? Okay, let's take a look at number 2. What did she say? She said, did you say false? Oh, you got the point. How about number 3? Well, yeah, number 3 is true then. Okay, why number 1 not given? You tell me. What? Not sure. Okay, take a look at this statement up here. Many lecturers find their jobs very rewarding. The thing is, paraphrase. The reading and the reading questions, a lot of it works with paraphrase. So, to find something rewarding actually has nothing to do with a reward, finances, money. It has nothing to do with that. So, nowhere in that statement do you find anything about money. Not given, right? But it sounds like it, doesn't it? It's like, yeah, well paid, rewarding. That's how they trick you. Number 2, all lecturers, why is that false? Aha, very good. All is not many, not the same. But then finally, number 3 is true because you have frequently, which is similar to many. And they get satisfaction as a paraphrase of find something rewarding. Yeah? And that's how this type of question basically works. Things to note for the reading. Know what they're trying to test. They're testing different things, such as finding detailed information, usually the easiest. You focus on something very specific, a name, a date, a number, and you go in the text and you find it. And then you confirm and you're good. Yeah? You don't need to read the whole thing. You just find that thing. Save your time. Identifying attitudes and views. Who said what? What do they think? That kind of thing. Identifying main ideas and themes. So for example, what is the main idea of a paragraph? And where would I find that? Exactly. The first sentence oftentimes, or the first 2 sentences of a paragraph, right? Topic sentence will tell you what the idea of that paragraph is. So again, you don't have to read the whole thing. Oftentimes just go for the beginning and the end of a paragraph to find the main idea of a paragraph. More things. First of all, read the questions first. A lot of people, and really I've watched a lot of people do the test, they'll get the reading and they start reading the text. That would not be my advice. My advice would be start with the questions. Read the text with something you're looking for, with an idea in mind, right? Also because there's some questions that are going to be easier and more difficult, and you need to be really specific. If I can get 4 easy questions and 4 easy points, why not do those first? Instead of spending 5 minutes on one difficult question that I'm going, oh, how do I get this one, right? So be strategic about your questions. If you know you really, really don't like paragraph headings, maybe leave those for a bit later and get the easy points first. And the rest, quite standard. Read the questions carefully, look for evidence, look for synonyms, and everybody should know that word. Synonyms are words or phrases that mean something similar to another one. And ignore unknown words. Forget about stuff you don't know. Just ignore it. The final piece of advice for the reading. No dog this time. Buy what? Only books. And then what? Buy a book. What? I hear something from this corner. Write a book. Good idea. Read it in the morning. Okie doke. Okay. Well, yep. Light helps when you're reading. That's good advice. I always need a coffee first, but okay, fine. Yep, you could start with a book. That's good advice. It's actually this. Just read. Read anything. Well, almost anything. I could also say throw your smartphone away, but I know you won't do it. The smartphones, I think, sometimes are a bit of the enemy of reading. Yeah. And that's that. Read more. Read for fun. Make it fun or you won't do it anyway. So you don't necessarily have to read Shakespeare every evening. Which brings me to the writing. Right. How many parts? 4, 5, 1. What? 2. Okay, somebody's, which school? Oh, I see the school. Okay. How many? 2? 2. Okay. 60 minutes, 2 tasks. Good question. What are they called? The tasks, the two tasks. What are they called? You should know me by now. It's a trick question, guys. Any ideas? Her? Okay, I'll ask her. You're going to lose a friend now. It could be, yep. But what are the two tasks called? They have names. Composition, argumentative writing. You guys haven't been doing your prep, have you? They're called task 1. You're going to like this. Add task 2. I knew you were going to like this. So yes, task 1 and task 2, guys. 2 tasks, task 1, task 2. 150-word descriptive writing and 250-word essay. T1, descriptive report. You have 2 choices. You can have, diagrams. What happened there? Did I skip something? That's my PowerPoint's a bit messy today. Diagrams. That's one type. For diagrams, remember you need a synonym for the introduction. You need sequence and logic. You need words for describing steps and the passive voice. And you need an overview, the big picture. Here's a diagram. How much time do you have for this? 20 minutes. Well, for the whole thing, for this, 20 minutes. So you have 20 minutes, you've got to figure out, okay, what is all of it about? And then, how do I describe this in 150 words, right? I think these are quite fun. Then you have data. Again, you need synonyms for the introduction. So basically, tell me what this is about. Logic, summaries. You need to group important data and trends. What's a trend? You want to check on the phone? What? What's a trend? Oh. No. What is a what? Oh, you do the presentation. Yes, how data changes over time, right? And again, you need the conclusion, the big picture, right? I'll show you in a moment what that looks like. Right, I'm going to show you something. No, don't do it. And then I'll give you a minute to think about it. You tell me how many trends. You just give me a number, right? Can do? Good. I'll give you 30 seconds. You have a think. Yeah. Give me a number. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, you mean 4 trends? Oh. I'm kidding. Okay, yeah. So 4 trends, right? Okay. You give me a number too. Give me a number. How many trends? 5. Okay, why not? Okay, I gotta come back there somehow. I want to ask those people trying to hide in the back. You cannot hide. Oh, the boys, all the boys here. Yes, boys, how many trends? Yummy. No, that's not a number. Come on, guys. A number, 4. My next question is going to be why. 3. That was quick. How about in the back? Like, can I go up here? Yeah. Well, why not? Scare the people up here. How many how many trends? You have one trend. What? Going back down. How many trends? Okie doke. How many?
I'm going to say
4?
4.
Give me a number. 2. 3. Okay. Well, somewhere between 5 and 1. Interesting. All right. You want to take a guess? No. Okay, and the answer is? What? Well, let's take a look. Who said 4? You said 4. I remember that. Which 4? Why? Bus, car, bike, and foot, right? No. Sorry. What? 12? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I know how you got to 12. Nope. But nice try. Who said 1? Where? I can't remember. You're safe. It's okay. My memory is not good. Forget that. 1. 2. And 3. 3 trends. Do you see why? Why? My favorite question. You see why? Really? No. I'll show you. This is one trend. It peaks in the 1980s, bus usage. Car usage, only one direction, right? A bit like Macau. More cars every day. And this is also one trend, yes? A downward trend. So there is only one trend for that, for those two, yes? This is key to understanding how these tasks work. You need to be able to recognize this. Doesn't matter if it's a bar chart or a table or a line graph or something like that, yeah? It's a bit challenging. It's something you need to practice. It's not a natural thing. You really do need to actually practice for this. And what's the big picture? Yes? She's speaking. Is? Maybe in the right direction. Here's the thing. There is actually a trend here, one big trend. What is it? Definitely the cars have something to do with it, right? That's quite unusual. It's different from everything else. Overall, everything actually went down. When you look at it from 1960 to 2000, even bus usage declined. It peaked in 1980, but in 2000 it was still lower than 1960, right? Same for bike, same for foot. Except for car usage, which saw exponential growth in the period mentioned. And that exponential, I highlighted that because I thought, why not give you one of those band 8 words? So vocab is important throughout the test, right? And exponential would be one of those nice words. It means what? Yes, very significant, huge, humongous, tremendous, enormous, right? And that's one of those things here. And that was task 1. Now comes task 2. Task 2, answer the questions. And you might think, yeah, okay, but you wouldn't believe how many candidates do not actually answer the question. Have an opinion, use examples, and remember the structure of essays. Right. I wish I had a whiteboard here, because then I would say, you know, a lucky winner can draw an essay. What does an essay look like? What? I don't know. Write enough, check for your errors, right, at the end. What is the structure of an essay? You need to know that. This needs to be in your head on autopilot. How many parts? I'll keep, 4, 2, 3. 4, 3, 2. What? 2, 3. 3. Sure? Yep. He says 4 and he says yes. Okay, what are the 3? Beginning. Okay, beginning and conclusion I buy. What's in the middle? That's right, the middle. So, I'll show you. This is your essay. And this is what it should look like. It's blocks of text, each with its own idea. And actually, really, it should be between 4 and 5 paragraphs. 6, probably too many. 3, not enough. It's formulaic, guys. It's an English test. If you want to be creative, write a book. But this is not about that. This is about getting the highest score, right? So you don't want to sit there and think for 20 minutes about, how do I, how many paragraphs? How am I going to organize my ideas? You want to just do the formula. 4 or 5 paragraphs. Your answer to the question at the end of the introduction, which is here, right? And that shows the examiner, where are we? That shows the examiner that you've actually answered the question and you've understood it. Then, main paragraph 1, topic sentence explanation analysis example. Main paragraph 2, topic sentence explanation example. And finally, your conclusion, and you're done. That is the formula. Follow it. Yeah? It's a safe way to do this. And it'll get you there, yeah? So you have about 40 minutes. Here's a sample. What does "to what extent" mean? How do you answer this? I'd like you to answer this. I'll give you, I don't know, 2 minutes. 1 minute. 1 minute. I'll give you 1 minute to answer the question. Oh, you think about it. Think about it. Give me a number. Why 22 why is 22 so popular? Everybody gives me 22. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 22. No, I'm kidding. 13, 14, 19, 20, 21, 22. Yes, you're the lucky winner. Yup. You look wide awake. What's the answer? Oh, not happy. Okay. You got an answer for me? Anyone? Hmm?
About the passive, I think, is not agreed with statement.
Okay, done. So you disagree, right?
Yes.
How do you disagree?
Uh,
How much do you disagree?
50%.
50%. Oh, you're making life difficult for yourself. Let's take a look. These types of questions, you do need to answer that to what extent. And you are right. If you say 50%, it's perfectly okay. But it is a bit more challenging maybe, right? Because then you're looking at, well, you're looking at I agree and disagree, right? But here, basically, I totally disagree, or I totally agree, right? Or I'm in the middle and I just totally don't care. No, something like that, right? So to what extent do you agree or disagree? You need to answer to what extent, how much. Do you totally disagree? I strongly disagree. I strongly agree, right? But if you don't do that, you didn't answer the question, yeah? So if you just start talking about mobile phones and children's relationships with their parents, you still didn't answer the question. You have to tell them how much you agree or disagree with this, yes? That's what I meant by answering the question. And then you can give me reason 1 and reason 2. So he said he, kind of disagrees because maybe some parents play games with their children on their phones. I don't know. The only game I always play is give me the phone now. And then we have an argument. Okay, no, okay. Right. Timing for part 2, task 2, 5, 30, and 5. That really is my recommendation. 5 minutes to think about it, 30 minutes to write it, 5 minutes to check your answer. Which brings me to the final part, the speaking. Don't do it. The speaking basically has 3 parts. Part 1, part 2, part 3. Introduction, personal information, Q&A on 2 familiar topics. Something like, I don't know, food, hometown, furniture, I don't know. Normal stuff, free time activities. These are the categories you're going to be scored on. Fluency and coherence, pronunciation, grammar, and lexis, which basically means vocabulary. Yeah? Do. Speak fluently and link ideas. Show me what you can do with the vocabulary. Accurate, appropriate tone, so not too formal, not too informal. That means, not yes, sir, and not yo, bro, that kind of thing. Speak clearly. Some candidates get nervous and they start talking to the floor. Speak to the examiner. In part 1, say more than yes or no. So, can you tell me where you're from? Yes. Can you tell me your full name, please? Yes. Yeah, But keep it simple. So you don't need to then tell me where you're from and then give me a 30-minute speech about where you're from. And calm down. Part 1 is really a good time for you to just kind of calm down. People get nervous. A lot of candidates get nervous. Part 2, use the 1-minute prep time. You'll have 1 minute to prepare. Write down some ideas in case you get stuck. Visualize. If the topic is something about, a good vacation you took with your dog, see yourself on the beach with the dog, playing, that kind of thing. Talk me through it. Tell me a story. Or you can use the PPF format, past, present, future. Tell me about a vacation you enjoyed. When I was a child, my favorite vacation was with my dog. Now, I'm a teenager, and my favorite vacation is with my girlfriend. In the future, my favorite vacation will be with my money. What? I was thinking wife, not money. Oh, this generation. Okay, thank you. I'll remember you. Okie doke. Do, in part 3, test your limits. Part 3 is where you really show them what you can do. Express abstract ideas. Support your opinions. So what do you think about holidays? Or what do you think about air travel and the increasing number of airplanes? Is it a good thing for the environment? Or those kinds of things, right? Abstract. And extend your replies, just talk. Quick example, first question, what kind of place do you live in? You could say, I live in an apartment, all good? No, you work in a department, right? So, wrong word. You could say, I live in Macau with my parents and my brother, not bad. Or you could give me something like this. So, you have another word for home, apartment. Flat means the same thing as apartment. A high-rise is a type of building. Which is convenient is a relative clause. But is a subordinating conjunction, and is a coordinating conjunction. So you're showing me a range of grammar and a range of vocabulary, right? A bit too much. You don't really want to say that much for that question. But I wanted to show you what you can do to get a high score, right? And that was that. And that's my final piece of advice. Go to the beach and, no, just be calm during the exam. It will not help you, and especially during the speaking. You want to be calm. You'll do your best when you're just relaxed. Imagine it's a conversation and nothing more. Great. Thank you. Any questions?
Okay, maybe you can pass to me first.
Oh, yep.
Thank you. Thank you, Michael, for your presentation and your sharing. Let's give some, yes. Okay, thank you so much.